Now way back in 2014 I heard Honda were bringing out the modern day equivalent of the monkey bike, and sure enough, later that year, the MSX 125 dropped onto the market. With its huge single headlight up front, a tiny chassis and wheels that wouldn't look out of place on a pushchair, this thing definitely lived up to the hype of being the next fun small bike that you had to own or at least have a go of. Well, I finally got around to getting my hands on one and it's absolutely class. Let's get into it. Right, so a bit of a backstory as to why I've waited so long to buy one of these things. I've always had the urge to modify anything that I've owned, whether that's cars, mountain bikes, or even PlayStation controllers. But when I bought my latest car, the big white hearse, all the bits that I wanted to do to it had already been done, which was great for my bank account, but that kinda left me in no man's land when it came to having a project or something to tinker with, really. Luckily enough for my girlfriend, I don't have the space for another car, otherwise she'd probably never see me. But I do have enough space to store and work on a bike. I'm not gonna lie, I did measure out the free space to see if a key car would squeeze in there. You know, a little Suzuki Cappuccino or AZ1. But unfortunately, by the time the car was in there, I'd literally have no space left to work on it. That and the fact that the prices of these cars are increasing by the day because they can be imported into the US now kinda swayed me into heading back down the bike avenue, which is why I started to look back at the Groms. More specifically, the facelift model that came out in 2016, which did away with a big single round headlight up front and replaced it with a more aggressive rectangular design. Makes it look a little bit more serious, which I like, but I know quite a large chunk of the Grom community prefer the first generation model. It's just personal preference, innit? The garage I was going to be using needed to be cleared out and spruced up before I could even get a whiff of working on a bike in there. And the only other issue that I had, although it's quite a big one, is that I don't actually have a bike licence. In fact, I've never actually rode a bike with gears before, so this is going to be a learning curve in more ways than one. But I soldiered on, got the garage finished, and started to hunt for the right bike. I wasn't planning on riding the bike I was going to buy a whole lot. I wanted to modify it in a way that probably wasn't suitable for everyday use, but was okay to ride to shows every now and again. So rather than opting for a brand new bike, I headed over to Facebook Marketplace and eBay to see if I could save a few quid on a newish second-hand model. And that's when I came across this. So after about a week of searching, I've found the bike that I'm going to buy. I've put a deposit down on it, he's marked it as sold. And yeah, I've just got to kind of figure out how to get it back up here because we're in the middle of lockdown at the moment, so there's no courier services running. There's meant to be an announcement, I think this Friday or Sunday possibly, so they might slacken the restrictions a little bit, so I might be able to get it back this weekend. But yeah, it's a little stunner. It's only done 84 miles I think, even though in the description he's put about 100 mile, but yeah, 84 miles, so even less. I wasn't going to go for one with white fairings, but I thought I can give it, I don't know, crazy wrap or something like that, so I've ordered some vinyl. Yeah, it looks spot on. It's already got a tail tidy on there, so I'm gonna take that one off and probably just give it to one of you guys that are watching, because the tail tidy that I've got needs to have a completely different setup without giving too much away. But yeah, that one will get in the way of things. Hopefully next time you'll see it, it'll be at my garage. So yeah, I'm just about to drop in now, so I'll see you later. While I was sat around waiting for the day to come where I'd actually be able to go pick the bike up, I started to look at mods. Steve's build has played a pretty big part in shaping what I wanted to do with this bike, so you should definitely go check out some of his Grom videos if you haven't already. And you'll more than likely see 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of the same modifications that I'll get around to fitting on mine later on down the line as well. If you couldn't tell by that epic montage, it's essentially a brand new bike. There's not a mark on it and it's completely bog standard, which is exactly what I was after. A total blank canvas for me to start throwing money at. Well, I mean mods, but same difference in it. The majority of parts I ordered have already arrived, but there's still a few that I'm waiting for, so I'll just take you through them all in the next video. And yeah, I should probably learn how to ride this thing too, so you might want to stick around just to watch that. If you enjoyed the video, you can drop it a like, and comment down below what mods you'd like to see done to the Grom. You never know, I might just do it. Oh, and remember to subscribe if you haven't already, because a massive 98% of people watching this aren't at the moment, and it helps out more than you think. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next one. See you later. Bye!